Welcome all our customers, colleagues, prospects, and partners to this behind-the-scenes look at the CTO Securely Enabling Everything demo from our Imagine 2020 Virtual Summit. My name is Daniel Willey, and I'll be your tour guide on this journey. To get started, let's take a look at our demo concept architecture. Today's enterprises are very distributed and dispersed, using technology from many different vendors, and we tried to encompass that in this demo. Let's start our journey in the unified catalog portion of the Axway Amplify platform. At the top, you'll see 4 different connectors that have been set up within our Integration Builder iPaaS. These connectors tie us into different SaaS services, including Axway's own Simplicity. We also have a manual trigger here that calls an onboarding flow that we've orchestrated within our iPaaS. As we continue to explore the unified catalog, we see 4 different AWS APIs running on their serverless architecture, several API Builder APIs, and even our own product APIs for B2BI, which is running on-prem. We continue our journey on our Amplify dashboard, where we can see the API Builder APIs we've constructed deployed in Docker containers on our own Axway runtime services. Our container is a service offering for those of you who aren't aware. Next, we hop over to our Amplify central governance layer, where we see that onboarding API that we've created has been exposed with a different digital policy requiring different credentials for consumption by our API Builder application. With that exploration completed, let's hop over to Simplicity, where we take the first step in the demo to onboard a user that wishes to utilize our service. To do this, we're going to go ahead and send them a standard terms and condition document to sign. To do this, we need only type in our new partner's email, and Frederick DeAntonio, or FDA as we'll call him for short, will get a link to go ahead and digitally sign that document with Adobe Sign. The way we have this set up, he doesn't even need an account to do this. He just has to click the link and sign the document. When that signing occurs, the Adobe Agreement REST API will be updated with that new e-signed record. Through our Integration Builder iPaaS, we periodically pull that REST API and change those e-signed events into streaming events that we can publish onto an event broker topic along with associated metadata. On the other side of that event broker, we have an API Builder application that is subscribed to the topic. When it sees the new record, it will pull it down, transform that message, and go ahead and call our manual trigger to onboard a Simplicity user, providing the information needed for the process. This will provision their user and their folder structure so they can get started trading with us immediately, which we'll cover more in the B2BI section. At this point of our journey, we navigate back over into Integration Builder to check out our Adobe Sign flow. This flow is executed anytime a signing event occurs. Now, what we've done here is we've chosen to specifically monitor for an e-sign event type. Every step of the signing process will throw an event, but we only want to know once that flow has been completed. When it has been, we take that information along with some other metadata we collect and publish that over to our event broker topic. API Builder will then consume that event in real time, construct a message, and call the manual trigger we have set up here. API Builder sends us a payload that we can use to create a Simplicity user and create an underlying directory structure that will be immediately available upon first login so they can begin trading files with us immediately. As the flow completes, Mr. FDA receives an email to log into Simplicity for the first time, at which point he will simply be asked to provide a password so that he can log in and get started trading with us immediately. To submit a file, the newly provisioned user simply needs to drag and drop it into our HTML5 interface. Very frictionless and easy to use. From here, our B2BI Simplicity connector will pick up this file automatically and move it back into B2BI for processing. Our user here is submitting a CSV file to us. B2BI will take that file and transform it into an XML message to put on another event broker topic that API Builder is subscribed to. It's important to note that while we use CSVs here, you can use any document type that B2BI supports, allowing hundreds of options for your customers to submit files without investing in new architecture. As the B2BI processing completes, it will send a second message to a status topic. This topic will include information on if the user submission was a success, or in theory failed one of the many validation checks that our B2BI solution can perform. Once again, our API Builder is subscribed to these topics, and it will be pulling that information off, transforming it, and sending it through to our Axway Decision Insights analytics solution. After a successful first transfer, Mr. FDA unfortunately has sent us 3 files that fail validation checking. As you can see, this puts him over a 75% failure threshold. At this point, our analytics solution sends a message about the threshold breach to API Builder, which will programmatically disable the user in Simplicity to prevent further failures, as well as open up a ServiceNow ticket so that we can immediately investigate the issue. This is all enabled through REST APIs in our Amplify platform. We continue our journey back in Integration Builder where we look at our final flow. This flow is monitoring the ServiceNow APIs similar to the Adobe APIs we were looking at earlier. When it sees a new ServiceNow incident, it's going to take the data from that, create a message, and send it over to an enterprise messaging solution, so we're immediately alerted that there's a new case open for us to explore. Now, for all my B2BI fans out there, don't think I forgot about you. If we look in B2BI, we can see where we have processed the messages we picked up from Simplicity. This is enabled using our Simplicity to B2BI connector available for free in the Axway marketplace. If we drill down into one of these events, we can see that B2BI has created those two messages I mentioned earlier and put those on our event broker topics. I've already told you how API Builder handles the status topic messages. As for the other messages, it picks those up in their XML format, transforms them into JSON, and distributes them to the different serverless APIs running on the AWS architecture. The last thing I want to show you are the message attributes that we capture as part of this Simplicity to B2BI connector. We receive a fair amount of metadata from this, which B2BI is actually using to populate that status message. As you can see here, one of the fields is the Simplicity user email, which API Builder, of course, used in order to programmatically disable that user when they hit that 75% threshold. I hope you've enjoyed this brief behind-the-scenes look at our Axway Imagine CTO demo. What I hope you've seen here is how the Axway platform can take on-prem APIs, private cloud APIs, and even third-party SaaS APIs and tie them all together, enabling eventing in real time and tying everything into an event-driven architecture. Not only that, but we've even taken any type of document as part of a file transfer process and changed that into a real-time event that can feed our broker. Finally, we did it all with out-of-the-box functionality without refactoring a single piece of code. If your enterprise has been waiting to do event-driven architecture because it seemed too costly, too difficult, or too time-consuming, the wait is over. Make real-time a reality today with Axway, and stay tuned for deep dives where we go further into the individual components and the architecture of our demo solution.